Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of a Spotlight series. And today we are at the Indian Italian Chamber of Commerce in Mumbai. I spot Mr. Giolani, President of Italian Chamber of Commerce, and he will talk about how Italian companies and in India and their growth stories. And so, welcome, sir. Would you please introduce yourself?
Yes, hi. I'm Alessandro Giuliani, the president of the Italian Chamber of Commerce and also the managing director of SDA Bocconi Asia Center.
Sir, welcome to the show. And my first question to you, sir, would you like to share more about the Impresa Awards and their objectives?
Yes, the Impresa Award is an award that we are delivering to companies that have excelled in areas which we believe are important and in which the Italian companies believe a lot, which is innovation, is corporate social responsibility, and sustainability.
Great. And sir, my next question to you: how many companies, Indian companies or Italian companies, are associated with this conference and award ceremony? And what challenges did you face earlier as well? Would you like to put light on it?
We have some 700 companies that are part of the chamber, and we have most of them, they are operating in India, have been operating in India for quite a few years. Italian companies don't just trade with India, but there is a culture of establishing businesses here for manufacturing in India, for India, and for India to abroad. But maybe nobody knows that Italy is one of the biggest manufacturing countries in the world. It's actually number two in Europe for manufacturing, number one for exports, and that 70% of the exports of Italy are machinery. So machinery and engineering, cutting edge innovation engineering is one of the main strengths of Italy. And this makes a lot of sense to India because Italy has developed technologies that are very useful and extremely complementary for the Make in India that we are all working to. So you will see a lot of Italian companies, maybe unknown in terms of brands, that are manufacturing for millions of Indians already right now. I can name really many of them, but starting, for example, you might not know that all the brakes of all the Royal Enfields are made by Brembo in India. And so on, we have multiple examples. So I think India and Italy are extremely complementary. And we see that it finally is being discovered by this strategic relationship that has been signed by the governments that has made everything much easier in terms of ease to make business in Italy and in India. So we have more and more Italian companies establishing their manufacturing here for India, not because it's cheaper. They keep the same high standard of quality, but because there is talent, there is a market, there is a complementarity with the Indian manufacturing thing. Likewise, there are more and more Indian companies that are either setting up in Italy or acquiring Italian companies for having a presence in Italy and thus in Europe. For many reasons, Italy is very favorable to that also.
Great. My next question to you, sir, as your leadership in Mumbai.
Okay, my personal journey, I've always been in some kind of business with India for the last 50 years. I came here for the first time in 1974 and then started a few businesses with India and then in India. And then eventually I discovered education where I thought that Italy and my alma mater, SDA Bocconi, could bring a lot. And that's when I set up the presence of SDA Bocconi here in India 13 years ago now. And now we have some 800 MBA students on campus, and we do tens of programs for corporate, customized programs for corporates, working with all the biggest Indian groups in India. So we are custom master for the Tata Group, for Larsen and Toubro, and so on. We have programs with uh, RPG, Bajaj, Wellspan, and so on. I can go on. We are really working a lot, and I think that's quite silent. Another silent Italian success story, where somehow SDA Bocconi is number 4 in the world and number 1 since yesterday in Europe. Is not widely known, but in the corporate world, we are really making carving a big path and training a lot of people.
That's really inspiring and great. So my question is to how you use AI in your day-to-day life.
AI, for the time being, in my work, is to simplify certain operations. So, if we talk about education, we're a cutting edge, innovative, traditional university. So, while we do also hybrid and online programs, but the bulk is offline. So, AI we do use for uh, as a tool of simplifying certain operation like uh, recruitment of students, checking of documents, and streamlining of characters. But it's for a time is that we do teach a lot of AI and how to use AI mainly from the behavioral point of view, in corporates, especially because I think now still people are still trying to understand where to go. But for sure, there's been a surge in programs for corporates that we've been doing this year on AI. Well, everybody, we are all using it. Maybe before we were not calling AI, but we were calling Google Maps and things like this. So we are using it absolutely every day and everywhere.
Right. So I just want to know more about your challenges with the government of India when you start doing business in India. What challenges did you face earlier, like 4 decades, 3 decades back, and now you see India on the mission of Viksit Bharat mission by 2047? We are the developed nations. Would you like to share some of your case studies or which you can be share?
I must say that I never really faced any challenges as such. For sure, many years ago, everything was more bureaucratic, long, complicated, multi offices, difficult to understand where to do certain things. Now things has changed drastically, and in that has been fully simplified. Apart from that, I must say that the Indian environment has received me, and I would say, generally speaking, all Italian companies extremely well. I think Italian people are very similar to Indian people, and actually we are just the same. I will say for good and for bad, we are just the same. So we understand each other very well, and even where there are some complications, we know how to to go through it. So I wouldn't say challenge. Actually, I've enjoyed a lot doing business in India, and nowadays even more that certain processes are much leaner.
And would you like to share one business case study which you have been successfully done in your entire career, which can be anywhere in Europe or India, and you feel proud of it?
Well, I feel proud of what we've done with SDA Bocconi here. As you know, many top universities have tried to set up in India in the past years, and they closed shop and went away. For us, it's been very difficult at the beginning, but not for the government, as you were asking before, but because of the environment and the system that is radically different from abroad. So I feel proud of how me, my staff, and our mother universities, they've been able to adapt while keeping our top global standards of operations and now winning the market and being considered one of the top business schools in India.
And my last question to you, sir, would you like to share any movie or book recommendation for my viewers or the business entrepreneurs out there who listening this conversation?
Any movie or book? There are so many, so it depends really who is the watcher or the reader. There are a lot of things on Italian lifestyle, starting from design, from fashion, from entrepreneurship, and also in terms of sustainabilities. Italy is at the forefront. There are beautiful books on that. If we talk about business, there are a lot of movies on Italian lifestyle, of the presence of the past. Some that have taken that receive an Oscar also. They are beautiful to watch. So there are many.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Giolani, and it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned with Club TV for more business insight.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.